All right, everybody, it is 6 p.m. Welcome to YouTube for small businesses. And I've been doing this about 4 or 5 years, maybe a little bit longer. So I took some time today to update a couple of slides. And I'm going to talk to you about a couple of things that are happening that are different for YouTube now than they were about 6 or 7 years ago. So I'm going to really try to delve into some things. If you have any questions, I'm testing the chat. Okay, Paula, good. Paula responded. So I think I clicked everyone yes. So if you'd like to put any questions, just pop them in the chat. Where are you from? I know some people are all over the country. I have had people from other countries also zoom in. It's 6 p.m. Eastern here. So hi, Paula from Tampa. I'm in St. Petersburg, Florida. Adam's in Colorado, partial Colorado. Fantastic. So thank you for taking the time today. And if there's any questions you have, pop them in the chat. If we either run out of time or something's come up that you want to share, or I need to share some information, I do want to say Charleston. Okay, Erica's in Tampa. Tammy's in Charleston. I do want to start off by saying that I have been helping score. This is the Pasco Hernando score chapter. We are, if you're from Tampa, it's just north of you. Um, if you're not familiar with the Tampa Bay area, it's just north of Tampa and also includes parts of the west coast of Florida. So if you head up alternate 19 or 19 in the Tampa Bay area, there is just north of Pinellas County is Pasco County, and just north of that is Hernando. My mom lives in beautiful Citrus County, which is just north of that. That's where most of the retirees are going. They just got their first target. So that gives you an idea. They're just starting to grow up there. It's a beautiful area, Pasco Hernando, absolutely exploding in population growth. And it seems to be people like I'm in my 50s, so I'll probably will retire north of there. Most everybody retired in Clearwater. Now there's no room. Everyone's moving just north of that, which would be Pasco Hernando. So that's SCORE. And I help them on and off. I'm not a mentor for SCORE, so I do want to make that real clear because I have had people that have called me and said, "Hey, you're a SCORE mentor. I can help individuals if you're interested in your business plan or getting anything done with that. I'll put my email in the chat and you can contact me. But I also want a full disclosure. I am for hire. If you are making the change to YouTube or you're working on some videos, I can do video production. I can walk you through content. I can do a lot to help out with your small business. And I focus on small businesses because these are businesses that can really use YouTube. It's inexpensive. In many cases, it doesn't cost anything to get started. So just want to make it 100% clear that I am not a mentor and I am for hire. So I do this for them free. I do not get paid to do the webinars. We're all experts in our field. But if you do need something, and if you just need something very short, you can email me, and I'm willing to help people out also, and we can work out something. So I just want you to know that. So I've been doing this for a while. I've been trying to follow the trends. I have bought a couple of YouTube courses, so I'm really trying to keep up to date on the changes. And a lot of things have changed, and we'll talk about that. So welcome everybody, and we'll just jump right in. In this program, we're going to kind of take a look. Oh, and I do want to say I got new photos not that long ago. So if you have the opportunity, this were free. I'm a professor at a local community college, and they offered us free photos. And I took advantage of it, like during our teaching and learning conference. So if you get an opportunity to get a new headshot, I would take advantage of that because you can use the headshot and go a long way, and it can go on your YouTube channel. It can go on all your social media. You can remove the background and make it look very professional. So I thought that was wonderful. Okay, so in this program, we're going to go ahead and take a look at why your business should be on YouTube. What can you do with your small business on YouTube? We will review some channels, and that's my style. I have been following some channels that have been very successful, and some that not so successful. But the ones that are successful, I'm going to share with you why they're successful. And a couple of these individuals, I actually know an individual who has been extremely successful on YouTube. I'll show you his channel. We'll go look at his channel. And also, he is someone that can either help you with your channel or even if you just want to ask him questions. He's a veteran and a very good friend of mine. So we'll go over some quick tips for creating videos. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on videos, but if you do still need video help, you can email me. We can either work together or I can introduce you to other individuals. But really, for the purpose of this time, I'd like to really kind of get you up to date on what's happening in YouTube right now. Then some things that are going on in the environment of YouTube because things have changed. So some of the statistics we know, there's 2 billion users on a monthly basis. Um, why not, right? You might feel to yourself, well, what do I have to offer? So I want you to not feel like you don't have anything to offer with your business because you do. And we're going to talk about that. It's the same thing when students and business owners come to me and they say, look, this is very saturated. I'm entering into a very saturated market. I get very mad about that because I feel like you should still be the best at what you can do. So it might be a saturated market, but there's still something that you can offer to that market. And don't ever tell somebody that you only want a piece of that market because then you're doing yourself a disservice. So if you think to yourself, well, there's already 2 billion creators that are posting content. How am I going to fit in? And we're going to talk about how you fit in. That's the purpose of this. There's over 500 hours uploaded every minute. Some of that is my 12-year-old son who does a lot of shorts and he has subscribers. He's got a couple hundred subscribers who subscribe to his channel and he just does silly stuff. But he knows his target market. But there's lots of visibility. Yes, there's competition, but I'm going to talk to you today about how you can do that. So, what we need to do in the most revolutionary thing right now that's going on, and there's a woman that's just put a video out. She just put a video out last month. I think it already has 10 million views. I'll send that to you. I'll put that in the chat room. I'll go, or we can even go to her page if I can find her page. But she's got a video out there that talks about focusing on your audience. So you're gonna choose your audience. And then you're gonna create relevant content. Okay, so we're getting away from the oh man, I need to post every single day to be relevant. We're getting away from that. More and more of that is driving the algorithm. But if you've been on YouTube lately, we're getting a lot more information like on what we want to see, like, hey, if you enjoy this, you're going to really enjoy that. So the recommendations from YouTube that are filling that algorithm is where we want to be because obviously we don't have a lot of subscribers. And that's what this woman goes into her video. She talks about that. Don't worry about getting 80,000 subscribers. Worry about creating content that's relevant. Okay. Educate, educate, educate. And that's where we're going with this. We're gonna not, YouTube is not a commercial for your business. It's not a place for you to upload a commercial. Okay, it's a place for you to educate. It's to strut your stuff. Okay, what is your stuff? What do we stuff? So it requires some planning. Take some time, sit down, think of what the relevant content you want to create. We're going to talk about that. Yes, you should be consistent on your upload. So if you're promising your audience that you're going to have new content every week, stick with that. So if you're starting kind of small and you're not really sure you're going to be able to commit to once a week, every 2 weeks is fine. Once a month, you can even say, "Hey, I have content once a month." There's a beautiful option now to put a post on YouTube. That's about a year old, maybe a little over a year old, where you can actually put a post and let people, it's just a graphic where you put your thumbnail and a graphic on there and it lets people know that your content is coming. So people who actually join your channel. So you want to engage with your viewers if you can, if they're commenting, okay, and promote your videos on your social media. So wherever you are doing events or you have Facebook or you have Instagram, whichever, hey, I got a YouTube channel. I know some individuals who actually buy um, the www dot channel, that for their YouTube, and then they'll link it right to their YouTube page. And they're absolutely doing just about everything in YouTube now.
Okay, and that might be something to think about. I don't know how expensive that is. You would buy the URL. So I guess what I'm trying to say is don't be super fancy. Don't worry if you don't have fancy channel art. We're seeing less and less of a move toward, hey, my channel art has to be perfect. We're seeing less of a move of that now because why would that be? It's when we're scrolling through the things that we want to see, okay, and what it's recommending for us, we may never ever see that channel art. So I would say if what's holding you back is the fact that you're not crazy with that channel art is your bar, it's your banner. If you're getting to a point where you're like, you know what, I really I don't like this banner, and that's keeping you from putting your channel together, then you're doing a disservice to yourself. I've seen channel art and banners now that are clear, and they just have a very nice a logo. The logo is on there. Um, your picture shows up really big now, so take the time to really find a picture that you're proud of. And if you're selling, if your product is you, you're a business, it's your business, it's you, make sure that picture is a nice picture. Go get a nice picture and take that. So success begins with, and we're going to talk about this, identifying your stakeholders. So if you're a business owner, you already have an idea of who you're doing business with or who you would like to do business with. So if you're brand new, you know who you'd like to do business with. If you are already in business, then you should be able to map. So I would like I do this. So when we finish our call tonight, we finish the webinar, take a few minutes, have a cup of coffee, glass of wine, whatever you want to do, and jot down some information like get a piece of paper and just put in the circle in the front of the paper, put a circle, and it's your product or you if you're the product or your service, and then put lines all over out from the circle and identify your stakeholder. List absolutely everybody that you come in contact with your business, your suppliers, your potential customers, your current customers. List all of those individuals. And this is a great exercise because it'll really help you when you sit down to start creating your videos. You can say to yourself, well, this week, I really think I'd like to focus on my potential customers as opposed to my current customers. And then start to think to yourself for each stakeholder, which problem can you solve for them? What problems do they have? What are your stakeholders saying? Okay, and the goal of this exercise is for you to start creating videos that are going to help those individuals. So we're talking YouTube now, we're talking about creating content that is actually going to reach the people that you want, the customers that you serve. Okay, so we're getting out of this whole idea of, hey, I need 1 million subscribers before I can receive a check from YouTube. No, we don't want to go there. We want to use YouTube as an opportunity to create content that our stakeholders want to see. Okay, what they want to be involved in. And the algorithms will work with that, and you will start to create, like you're going to get views, and you're going to get more views, and you're going to get people that are actually being helped by what you do, as opposed to sitting there and going, well, I got 2 subscribers today. Oh, I got 5 subscribers today. Oh, hey, last month I got 22 subscribers. Woo woo. No, you want to focus now on content that your users, the people that you want to reach, your potential customers, are going to want to watch. And that gets us away from the biggest question that I get asked, which is, how long should my videos be? Your videos should be as long as they need to be for what you want to specifically target on that day. Okay, that could be an hour long at lecture. Okay, I'm a professor. I put these lectures out there. I don't know if my students are watching them. I can go look at the key metrics and see. But if there's something that you're creating that people, another thing that YouTube is really focusing on now is the watch later. So if I'm starting a lecture, maybe I get interrupted, I've got to do something. I've got that watch later. I've got my history, and I can go back now and YouTube will remind me, hey, you were watching this video. So the length of your videos, it really is up to what you are working on. Okay. What are your stakeholders saying? Again, what problems are you solving? Very important. So I would take out your paper when we're done with this webinar. Just list some of the people you really want to target right now. Which stakeholders are you really focused on right now? And what are they saying? What's going on? Here's a good example. I love YouTube as an opportunity to go learn stuff. We all do. So the other day, I'm doing some construction work. I type in, I need to know how to uh, put mulch in the yard or whatever. Okay. Or what was it? This the I need to stucco my home, and I'm on there. And of course, these stucco videos, they've got 12 million views each, kind of thing, because there's obviously a lot of people who are stuccoing their home. So you have to think of that. Think of that too. What are they saying? What are they asking for? A couple of years ago, I joined a yoga community online. It was just after COVID, so I would say 2022, when we still were a little not crazy about going to the gym or going to yoga studios. And I actually typed in, I'm bloated. Please help me with my bloatedness. Okay, don't laugh. I'm in my 50s. All right. So I got all these yoga. I got a lot of like yoga programs. I got fitness programs, and just inundated with videos on what you can do and the poses you can do or the exercises you can do. And that led me to choose my yoga studio. I chose an online yoga studio. So we're going to plan our content strategy to show what you do. What do you do? List that. Take out your paper, identify your stakeholders. Okay. And then make a list. And you can even put right next to, like, if you have a stakeholder, it might be, if I'm a consultant, let's say I'm a business consultant and I'm working with clients who need some financial help between the ages of 18 to 30. Okay, I want to work with the younger folks. That's one group of my stakeholders. Okay, I'm going to pull that out, and then I'm going to start thinking to myself, what can I do for them? What can I do? What knowledge do I have that I can provide for these what do we say, 18 to 30-year-old individuals that I've got like a financial planning business and I can help them. What can I do? What do I know? Maybe it's something like how to check your credit score. Maybe we're starting with crypto. At that age, you probably could do some crypto. You probably could lose a little money, afford to lose a little bit of money. Okay, I'm just talking general, but you want to create that constant strategy to show what you do and how you can edit. So define your target market. I know this is, you guys hear this a lot. If you're familiar with SCORE and you have a SCORE mentor, they probably at one point have sat you down and asked you to identify your niche, okay, and your target audience. And then you're going to develop that relevant content for that target audience. And it's very specific. I'm going to show you a couple people who are doing it really well. You'll grow the regular social media strategies. If people can't find you, they're not going to necessarily find you on YouTube just by you creating content alone. So make sure that it is part of your social media. Make sure you have all of your links to if you have a website, you have an offer, you're doing a free offer. Make sure all of that is in your video descriptions. And your goal is to create a unique experience for all your users. Yeah, yeah, Paula, I think the recording will be available. Yes, it does. It is recording, right? It is recording to the cloud. Yes. Okay. As soon as I can get a hold of the recording, I will let SCORE know, and they will email it to all the presenters, the participants. Okay. So create that unique experience for your audience. Okay. All right, so just a couple things we're going to go over quickly. I want to jump ahead. So your customers, then your prospector, who is your customer? You should know who this is. You should know who you'd like to reach, and think to yourself, what could your customer gain from seeing you on YouTube? Okay, maybe they don't even need to see you. If you have a plumbing business and you want to be on YouTube and you want to educate individuals on plumbing, they may never even see you, but they'll see the videos that you need to share with them that maybe can help them prior to you working with them. Okay, some things to think about before you hire us for your plumbing business. If you are a consultant, we talk about consultants. There's a lot of people who are doing consulting. What is it that what is your customer gain by seeing you? Maybe it's getting to know you, getting to see you, getting to know you, getting to feel comfortable with you before they book your services. Okay. Do you need fancy graphics? You really don't. If you're a young person and you're reaching a very young targeted audience, yes, maybe you do need all the bells and whistles and the crazy stuff, but I'm learning more and more that the content, what you are actually saying, is becoming more viable than actually those crazy videos you see that are just click, 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 and they've got lots of edits and lots of whoosh. We don't want that. Now, you probably want to include closed captioning because I've noticed on a lot of educational programs that I watch, it really helps if I can click on the closed captioning, but we can talk about that. And SEO, don't worry about the SEO. That's the search engine optimization. I think at this point, if you're just starting your YouTube channel and you're getting your business videos online, you really need to focus on the content part. And the SEO can come later, and that's your search engine optimization. You can go to TubeBuddy, that's TUBE Buddy, BUDDY, TubeBuddy. That's a lot of it's free. You know, all of these things are free until you get to a point where you need to subscribe. But there's plenty of free options out there to help you find keywords. We're not going to focus on that because that's something that really doesn't come until you really have something to say, until you really have content out there. So let me show you real quick. So what do I mean by educate, educate, educate? You need to find something that you can do now that you feel will help your business, will supplement your business, help you feel like you're promoting your brand, who you are, but by taking a look at something that you can educate now. This is a woman that I've been following for 3 years now, and she does one thing. She has videos to help people get their career skills, actually, more specifically, how to interview, how to be more confident when you go to an interview. She has a very specific niche, interviewing tips and trades for those that are back in the career force. And she's got a couple of videos here and there that might talk about other career skills, but it's very niche. It's one or two things that she focuses on. So this is her old picture. This is from last year. She has updated her picture because she's growing up. I've watched her grow up. And now she's 997. Okay, so she's almost to 1 million subscribers, but this is about 4 years. So this has taken her about 4 years. I started watching her about 4 years. And if you see, this is just a picture, but you can visit her online if you want. And if you look towards the bottom here, I'm going to move my bar. My bar is in the way. I don't know if you can see that. Probably not. You can see she's got playlists now. She's got shorts, videos, posts. So something that YouTube has now are a post, and those would be like upcoming things. But she has one thing. She decided when she sat down, I am going to educate people and help them build the confidence. What does she say? Your authentic confidence and live your true purpose. And that is through interviewing properly, presenting yourself properly, very, very specific. Okay. And she's just makes these, their educational videos. Some of them are 15 minutes, some of them are an hour. And that's what she's done. So I have Dwayne Kimball. Dwayne is a very, very good friend of mine. I actually helped him set up his very first channel. And now he's got a couple of channels that he's working on, a couple of things he's doing on the side. But he started as just free advice. And he has a very specific niche. He helps veterans get 100% disability. Okay, that was his goal. He knew immediately. So almost all of his videos are all based on that, how to get your claim. And he takes it and he repurposes them. And all the videos, it looks like there's a lot of videos out there, but really he's only created maybe two or three different things. So don't worry, man, do I have to make a brand new video? No, you're going to repurpose all of the work that you do. So the content that you're creating, you can even set yourself up like a 12-month schedule and rework some of the content, continue to repurpose that content. And that's what he does. So he gives free education, he gives free advice. Okay. Now all of his work, he has a book, and that all links to a page. He's got a book that you can buy. You can schedule an appointment with him. He has a freebie, and he has different ways. So everything on his channel is how to get in touch with him. So it's pretty amazing. I'm very, very proud of him, and he comes and speaks to my group when we do entrepreneurial initiatives. So here's his channel now. This says 61,000. I think he's up to over 100,000 now. So his most viable product. So when he got out of the military, decided he wanted to start a new business, this became his most viable product, creating a YouTube channel. So for somebody who he wasn't quite ready to set up consulting appointments because he just didn't have the time or the money. So he pretty much built his YouTube channel with very little money, with people in the community that could help him out. And it became his most viable product at the time, was a YouTube channel to educate individuals. That was his business model. Okay. Now, obviously, he's grown. He's got a book. He goes out and does keynote presentations. So he kind of did the opposite. I have a lot of people who are speakers, and they come to me and they're already out there trying to book themselves keynote speakers and keynote events and things like that. And they really don't have anything to back that up. So he kind of did the opposite. He created this channel so people could feel comfortable with him. They could understand his content. And now he is very sought after for speaking engagements. So he did it the right way. So if you have content, if you are in that category where you want to be a speaker, you want to be an author, this is you need to provide some content on YouTube that's relevant. But again, what do your people want to hear? This is just a quick sales funnel. This could be YouTube, could be your sales funnel, an opportunity for you to send people to your page to get that, to download the freebie. Okay. This is Laura. She does yoga. She's in Fort Myers and she has her little, you click on her, get your free blissful morning guide, and you click on that and you get that. And then she collects your email address. Okay. So that's your sales funnel. If you're doing work online, what do you want? You want email addresses. You want those leads. So she allows that. And so she just puts her videos on here and it's yoga stretches and short term stuff. Now, we're talking basic YouTube presentations, basic YouTube channels. When you are to a point where you want to start charging individuals to be a membership of your channel, I believe that can start at any time. I think at any time you can ask. I'm seeing a lot of YouTube channels now where people have buttons to Venmo money to them, Cash App, Venmo for subscribers. So that's happening now. So you do not have to even wait for YouTube to give you the check for you to start monetizing your channel. You can monetize it yourself. So that leads me to, okay, good. We're about at 6:30. So I would like to take just a moment, and I'm not pushing yoga, okay? I'm not pushing any type of religion or any spiritual, but I want to tell you what my yoga online studio has been doing this last month, which is brilliant. They have decided to create a conference. And of course, it's on Zoom. And I know many of us are Zoomed to death, but the purpose of the Zoom was for Jack to be able to bring in speakers from all over the world. So this past month, every single day, he has had a guest speaker come in and do like an hour-long lecture. It's 100% educational for his group, for his target market. So it may not be for everybody. So not everybody is going to be typing, "Hey, I want a spiritual lecture. Please give me a spiritual lecture." No, these are people that are part of his community. But what he's done now is in 30 days, he will have 30 videos, okay, because they're all Zoom recorded. They're all an hour long. So if people are watching them and engaged with them, then he's getting views. He's getting a lot of views and he's getting watch time and views. And not only that, but people are signing up to be a part of the conference. Okay. And so what does he capture? He captures their email address. So every time someone says, "Well, shoot, I'd like to know when this is going on. I'd like to see who the next speaker is." So you sign up for the conference, he gets your email address, he gets his lead. Okay. Then the videos, when they're done, are recorded and they're put on YouTube. People are watching them. So now videos that he puts out there, him and Hannah from Happy Jack Yoga will put out videos. They'll do a podcast video, maybe 30 views. These videos now are getting 400 views or more. They're 1 hour long, so you do the math. And it's just been an amazing opportunity for him. So he'll take all those videos now and he'll create a course. And there is a place on YouTube now where you can make a course once you have a playlist of courses. You can have a button for courses that's under your thing. So here, Jack's got a podcast, but you can have a courses button as well. And that's when you have that. So here's his podcast. He might get 30 views, that kind of thing. This is the hybrid conference. So this whole idea, and this can work for any business idea, whatever you sell. If you sell cosmetics or you're a consultant, whatever your expertise is, this is this hybrid conference that he's running from March to April. All of these speakers, there's going to be at least, I think, 40 videos that he'll be able to upload on YouTube, and some of them are uploaded now. So he's getting email addresses, he's uploading content, and then he's going to be able to, of course, build his courses, which a lot of people want to build courses for their income. Okay, so it's been a huge success, and it culminates on April 11th with an in-person thing, so that people want to go to. But the purpose and the reason why I bring this up, it's just a brilliant marketing idea, an opportunity for him now to get the videos up on YouTube. And it's very targeted. So this is not for everybody. This is Bhakti Yoga. It's about the Bhagavad Gita. It's spiritual texts that are central to the yoga and the Bhakti tradition. And it's not for everybody. Some of them are a little over my head. I have a PhD, and it's a little over my head. So it's not for everybody, but it's growing. He heard his community tell him, we want to learn more about the spiritual part of yoga. He listened to his community. So he started, I think the first week he rolled this out, he had about 200 registrants. He's up to 5,000 registrants now, over 5,000. That's over 5,000 emails he's collected. Now, some of them obviously he may already have, may be in his community. But right now, business is really slow for anybody doing online stuff. Business is slow. So we got to reinvent ourselves. How can we do that? So an idea is to put together like a small conference. It doesn't have to be 30, 40 days. Okay. But let's say you do something over 5 days or 6 days, or you're bringing in an expert. I'm thinking of doing something in the financial area where I bring in like maybe 12 experts over 12 days. And then I have those 12 videos that I've recorded, and they're going to focus on the things that my clients have been telling me. I need to learn how to budget. I need to learn, I want to know about crypto. I want to know what's going on in this economy. I've been listening to all of the people around me and making notes. This is what people want to hear. Okay, so it's a brilliant, brilliant marketing idea. All right, we're going to jump right into equipment. Let's just look at equipment real quick. You don't even need a fancy digital camera. If you do want a digital camera, you don't want to use your cell phone. They're less than $200 now. Best Buy has a couple that you can get that are like $89. I did see that there are some cameras that are meant just for short clips. So if you're doing short clips, you can spend a little money, but really all you need is your smartphone. So if you're doing videos, your smartphone. Zoom is a fantastic, if you're going to do these kinds of things, Zoom is a really, really good opportunity for you to record also. Okay. YouTube Shorts now. Shorts are the hottest thing. So what is a short? Many of you probably know what the shorts are. You're scrolling through your scroll. It's kind of like YouTube stole the Instagram idea, but the YouTube Shorts are amazing. Make sure that you turn your phone, vertical, and that's what you're going to do. So you'll have your YouTube channel. You'll literally just push the plus button when you're on your channel. Record. You can record like 59 seconds or less, and these can be anything from a promo to something you have coming out, to a quick note, to just a quick something inspirational. What the most important thing is for you to make that decision. What is it going to be? How can I help my customer this day? Don't just post 21 different affirmations a month because you feel like it. No. What do you think that your target market would really like to hear? If you are a consultant, if you're a financial analyst, if you're an individual who's working with individuals, they may just want to see you. And it may be that your shorts are just about things that you're thinking about or that you're doing. Okay, so they are amazing at this point. It's just some lights. The most recent thing that I bought was I just got one of these lights here, the selfie ring light. Yeah, these are from last year. They really haven't gone up much in price, but this is what I have used for the shorts or some shorter videos where you really have your tripod, you've got the light ring, and some have the phone right inside of the light ring. And that if you're going to set up a studio, you can buy a whole light kit. These are all on Amazon. Best Buy has some too. You can get a whole kit if you want the whole green screen thing. I would stray away from green screen. We're kind of getting a little green screened burnout a little bit. A regular blurred background for your Zoom, or even just you. We're enjoying people just sitting. Dwayne, I was talking about Dwayne Kimball. He has an office in the back of his house, and he's just kind of has set up some logos and some posters behind him, and that has worked well for him. Because guess what? They're listening to what he's saying. They're listening to the things that he's telling them, how he's helping them. And they don't really care about his background so much. It helps that he's, easy on the eyes. Okay. And he's very professional in the way he presents himself, but we're really not looking at the background necessarily. Have good audio. I just went out to Best Buy tonight and I bought myself a decent headset. I got rid of the 14.99 Logitech and I bought a little more expensive Logitech because it sounded terrible. And people said my Zooms were terrible. So I'm working on that. But lights are real important. Okay, when you're shooting, if you're doing Zoom on a regular basis, if you're going to do a Zoom conference or you're going to do any type of, I'm going to interview people on Zoom for my podcast, get a web camera. Tonight, I'm just using the camera that's on this computer because it's fine. But if I'm going to put a video on YouTube, I need the 1080, the 1080p. Okay. So, and these have come down in price. Shoot, some of them are 59. So between 150, $159. Here, this one's a little bit more. This one's a couple $100, almost $300, but that's more streaming. So if you're going to stream 1 hour videos, you're going to do some of that kind of stuff. You do want to that. You can buy yourself a mic. You can get yourself a little pin mic. These mics are very inexpensive. If you're doing a podcast, YouTube podcast type thing, you can get the ones now, they're just really small and they clip on and they've got a little fuzzy. They've really come down in price too, but these are go right into your laptop or into your phone. So you really want a microphone when you're on your phone. So if you're shooting video on your iPhone or your Android, you really want that too. Okay, so some tips for when you're setting up your actual channel. We want hashtags, okay? We want hashtags in the description of each video. That's just, I think it allows you to put some up top. And again, we'll talk a little bit about this in a second about what they should be. But titles of videos are shorter. YouTube has really shrunk the title of the video, so no longer can you include a huge keywords in there. So make sure they're very specific. Get your keywords, and you can go to I said TubeBuddy. TubeBuddy. I can put that in the chat. It's called Tube, and I believe it's TubeBuddy, like YouTube Buddy. But find your keywords. Find the things that you're looking. And again, this is going to be if you have a business that, okay, let's say I do have a financial planning business. I'm not going to just type in financial planners. If you do that, there's probably 20 million views or 20 million searches for that for a financial planner. So you need to start thinking of what are your customers saying? I have to pay taxes. Financial planning stresses me out. I need help. Okay. Think of what your customers are saying. Tax time is coming up right now. I need help. I have questions about what I can deduct. I have questions about what do I have to record? I just made a lot of money on crypto. What do I do? So it might be that they're searching for crypto shortcuts. Okay, I know that's silly, but that's really what it goes. So get your keywords, create yourself just a short introduction video. It just something that introduces individuals to the channel, what the purpose of your channel is, what you're going to accomplish, what your goals are for the channel, and put that on there in the introduction. Use timely videos for your new and returning subscribers. So there's an option for you to kind of swap that initial video out. And if you are only doing one thing, I know there's a gentleman, He has millions of views on his videos. He makes videos on how to cheat in college, very specific niche. He has many views and he's very popular. His initial video is still the same video that's been up there for years because it says the same thing. But you have the option to actually swap out the video that new people see and that current subscribers see. So I'd have two videos for them to see. Relevant thumbnails, okay? You've seen thumbnails. Those are everybody's doing the big bright thumbnails now. Like I said earlier, we're not necessarily watching a video just necessarily for thumbnails anymore because of the feature that keeps putting stuff in our, hey, this is what you want to watch next, because that's coming up. We're not even really looking at thumbnails as much anymore. I follow sports. Just this past year, I started subscribing to some sports channels, and the NFL draft is coming up soon. So all these things are just coming up in my feed. Hey, you got to watch it. I don't even look at the thumbnails anymore. I'm just clicking on the ones that I think are good. Make a free offer and make sure you make good on that offer. Okay. So if you've got the free offer, make sure that you've got everything in there. You've got all of those links in there that for people to find you, your social media, a place where they can click on that offer, and include your free offer info in the body of the video. So as you're going through your video, there are ways where you can have pop-ups come up and have that free offer. And I think I've got a sample here. I do have a sample. This is a description. This is a woman who's very, very, very popular. And this is what she puts in all of the descriptions of each one of her videos. Okay. So all her free resources, how to get to her Facebook stories, how to get to the passion planner that she gives you 10% off. Everything that she has is in here. So whatever you're offering, if you have a special, a sale, the free offer, this is what you want. You want everything. And this is in just one video. And I think Happy Jack has that in there. So keywords, when you're looking for that, have your social media ready, kind of get an idea. What is your industry? What industry are you working in? So you could search for keywords in your industry. Take a look at some of the free keyword programs. There are some out there. TubeBuddy is one of them. Google Ads, you can start with Google Ads. Don't spend any money right away, but you can go out and actually put in some information, and they will send you a lot of free tutorials. Right now, there are so many free tutorials right now on YouTube. I went out the other day and typed in, hey, what's going on with YouTube? I received so much education. Videos are 2 hours long, 3 hours long. There's a lot to unpack, but I think if you want to sit down, and I will see if I can find the individual that had the free. So let's go back. Okay, I'm going to stop sharing my screen. I had one Q&A. Yeah, and that's yes, yes, I will make sure that this is available. And let me put in the chat. I'm going to put my email address. It's real easy. Paf Kishba. I am a professor at a local college. So if you like any information, you want to work with me, or just have a couple of questions, not a problem. Let me go. I'm going to look right now. I'm going to minimize you guys, come out of my slideshow, and I want to find a couple of things. Okay. Let's see. I'm going to share. I want to look up YouTube. So let's go back to YouTube. Okay. And I'm going to go find that. Hang on one second. Thank you for being so patient. I am still displaced, believe it or not. My home was destroyed in Helene, and we are still Airbnb, baby, Airbnb. All right, I'm going to share my screen with you. Let me go back, and you can see what I'm looking at. I watch these flute pan. Don't laugh. There's my thing: music, football, everything. So here is the Bhakti conference. See if I can make this big. Okay. Yeah, I'm watching way too much sports. Okay. And there's music in there. Yeah. Okay. And this, I just want to show you the channel so you can see what Happy Jack's got going live. Okay. So you can see that he just very basic channel. Okay, here now YouTube on your front page, you will have an opportunity to put your link tree or three more links. Okay, let's see. And there. So the about now for YouTube channels is much more robust. So you want to make sure that this has everything in there. Okay. Top thing that Jack is worried about now, he wants people to subscribe, to become yoga certified. That's his business. His business are yoga courses. So you get your 200-hour and your 500-hour. Okay. And then he's got all this information in here. So there's links. Here's the links. These are YouTube allows you to have, I think there's five, one, two, there's five, I think five. All the channel details, these will fill in. YouTube will fill these in. Okay. And how many views? And I'm going to tell you right now, there's 177,000 views. I swear he's had about 80,000 views in just the last 3 weeks doing this conference idea. I swear, because views were very down. Okay, there's one here. So Rukimi Walker, she was a few weeks ago, 400 views, whereas usually he would get 20 or 30 for his podcast. And this is an hour long program and people are watching it. So he's really, really stepped up the bar. So you've got shorts, but I want to show you the podcasts. So now playlists are a little different now in YouTube. Anytime you have a playlist, you can actually call it a podcast. Okay. And then some posts, and there's some posts here. And these are interesting. So he's using an opportunity for testimonials and perfect. So let's go to Dwayne. Dwayne, and he's very popular now. So he comes up on the search here now because he's doing very well. Here's Dwayne. He has 125,000 subscribers now. And Dwayne is local. He's in Tampa, Wesley Chapel. I think he lives in Wesley Chapel. So here are all his here's his video. He puts always for his initial video is going to be his whatever's coming up that he's working on. He has shorts, posts, he has a store. He has a store. Okay. So here's his featured store. So when you get to a point where you're ready to sell your book, there is a store. Okay. And then when he has all of his videos, because he takes a lot of videos, he'll have his courses there'll be a course thing here. And he does he does a lot of live. Okay. Yep, he does a lot of live. And these are, look at that, his streaming. Now he's really getting 3,000 12 days ago. Yep, 2 weeks ago, 9,000. And again, he isn't doing anything different than he started 3 years ago. He is doing one thing. He is talking to veterans. He knows who his target market is. He knows what he wants to accomplish because this is what he does. Okay. So you need to decide when you're putting your work out there on YouTube, what do you want to say? And who are you saying it to? Okay. Because that's going to be, and he just knows. He just knows. So he's doing lives, he's doing the Q&As. And the great thing about oh, thanks, Diane. Thank you. The great thing about this is, hey, it looks like when he has this guy on, they'd have a lot of views. So, and his thumbnails are very attractive, but people are watching these videos. Some of them are long. Some of them, let's see, are about, let's see how long. This one's 36. Yeah, this one's an hour and 21 minutes, and it's just Q&A. So Q&As are very popular. You have something that people want to talk about, very, very popular. Use that time. Set up your streaming or set up your YouTube Zoom. You can use Zoom. Don't pay fancy money for streaming services just yet when you're first starting out, because it's just really, you need to get out there and you need to get involved. Okay. So we got a few minutes left. I'm going to go ahead and stop sharing. Do we have any questions? Do we have questions? You can put them in the chat or pop them in the Q&A and I can answer them. I didn't go into a lot of the technical stuff. So if you do want to email me, I'll spend some time with you and we could do a few things technical wise, because I do a lot of technical stuff. I mostly use my phone. I record almost everything on my phone. If I'm going to do a longer program, I will I'll use a webcam and I'll record it on my computer. I bought a new laptop. Black Friday, I got one for $400. And so that's for larger videos. Definitely use your computer. Either if the web camera's nice, use that. If you're going to be recording outside, there are these little microphones that they sell that are very inexpensive now. They come two and they clip, and then the pack clips on you, can clip on the side or sit on something, and you can have two people speaking also. So if you want to do the podcast route, let me know. I help people set up podcasts also. Podcasting on YouTube allows you to get started. I would recommend that you do have a streaming service, and we can talk about that. But I would think that doing anything, whether you're podcasting on YouTube, whether you're posting content video, you need to know who you're talking to. What can you offer? What are you able to do? What can I tell somebody today that they would be interested in talking about? I've been doing this YouTube thing. It has evolved over the last 4 years. I just keep taking notes from what people have either asked me or things that they're interested in. And that is what has grown this program. So, anyone have any questions? I hope I answered some questions. I hope uh, yeah. Yeah, I think the first thing, you're right, Diane. Very good. You want to know, what do you got? Sit down, do some brainstorming. What do I have to offer? What can I talk about? What is your idea? What is your business? What do you do? What do you do? Answer that question. What do you do? What do I do? And then we can kind of talk about who you want to reach. Well, I really want to reach people who are, listen to what people are saying. If you're a financial analyst, what are they saying right now? Oh, shoot, I got to do my taxes, but I made money in real estate last year. I need help. So there's probably looking for some information on how. So if you're a real estate agent, the focus today may not necessarily be on buying and selling houses. It may be because taxes are coming up. How do I cheat on my taxes? Just being funny, but how do I get the most now on my taxes? I did really well in real estate last year. Okay. Things like that. So think about that. Who who can you help? What do you have to give? And who would like that help? And that might require you to do a little more research. It might require you to go maybe on the internet, do some searches in Google. Remember, Google drives YouTube. YouTube and Google are friends. Google bought YouTube years ago for like $10 billion or something from two 18-year-old kids, but whatever. That's another story for another day. I'm just being funny. What are the keywords? What are people searching for? What are they stressed out about? What keeps them up at night? And then you say to yourself, all right, this is what I'm hearing. I'm hearing that people really want, right now it's tax time. People really want to know how they can get the most of their tax return. Okay, so I'm going to create a video on how to do that. Okay, what is your expertise? What are people saying? What problem do you want to solve for your audience? Okay, if you have a very specific niche audience of those you reach, what problem are you solving? And then create the video and create your content. And you can do a couple series of videos. You can record a couple of short videos, a whole series of long videos, whatever you would like to do to reach that target audience. And that then is everybody on YouTube. Okay, it isn't just the local individuals. It's everyone. What are people saying? Okay. I think that's a great question. It's very overwhelming. So your time is valuable, and you don't want to just make a video for making a video. And I got that advice the other day. I saw that on the video I was watching. Don't just make content to make content. You're just going to continue to create. I have a very good friend of mine, a very good colleague of mine, who just puts a video up every day and just hopes somebody watches it. And they're just not doing very well. So she's just so stressed out now. So she's going to go get some help. She's going to hire one of these YouTube analysts that can help her maybe change the algorithm. But I'm going to tell you right now, if she sat down and repurposed some of the content that did well, don't forget there's A/B testing. So if you're a marketing person, you know A/B testing, and you know which videos did well. Well, which videos did people watch? Which videos did people not necessarily watch, but they came back to? Or how long are they watching? Okay, and that will tell you a lot. Hey, this one video I posted on pre-tax help did extremely well. Post-tax, no one cared. After April 15th, no one watched my video. But before April 15th, people really liked the video when I talked about deductions. So you know what? I'm going to make another video on deductions, or I'm going to improve upon the video I made on deductions. Okay. I'm using taxes as an example because I have to find a tax accountant. So, any questions? You guys have been great. I know this kind of format where I'm just talking at people and I don't get a chance to hear from you drives me crazy because I teach students face to face. But if you have any questions, I've put my email, profkishbaugh@gmail.com, in the chat, and you can email me. If it's something I can just quickly type in, help you out, I would love to do that. I have equipment. I managed to save a lot of my equipment because we did, water came in our home, and I did have some of my equipment up high. So I did manage to save some of my microphones and things like that. But I do need to buy a new camera. My camera fell down in the water. It's gross. Tampa Bay is gross. But I managed to save some of my equipment. I have my lights. My lights were at the school. But so if you need help with that, if you need equipment help, we just have a couple of questions, send me an email. If you want to sit down for an hour or 2 hours or whatever, we can work out a deal and we'll get you started. But I would rather you start thinking about your audience and the content that you can create as opposed to, man, my channel art just is terrible. We can get to that later. There's people that can help with that. You are your content. You are the one, you are the subject matter expert. You're the one that is going to be selling your business, and you are what we want to hear about. Okay. All right. Well, it's just about 7 o'clock. So I will jump off and feel free, like I said, to email me. And when the recording comes out, just email the note that you got when you registered, email back to that, and they should be able to do that. Thank you, Diane. And thank you, everybody. Have a wonderful Tuesday night.